Welcome to the Ocean Science Sequence Unit Overview. In this screencast, we will review some key features of the Ocean Science Sequence while providing a brief overview of each of the 3 units. We'll touch on some of the BPS Science Department resources that also help to support this unit. The Ocean Science Sequence includes 3 units in total. First unit allows students to begin developing an understanding for what kind of place the ocean is physically. Through a variety of investigations and experiences, students learn about the ocean as a defining feature of our planet. Students investigate how salinity and temperature affect the ocean to create layers of moving ocean water, and about the depth of the ocean and how it varies greatly in different places around the world. In Unit 2, students learn about the diversity of habitats and organisms in the ocean. Students will learn what an adaptation is and pay particular attention to adaptations that help animals in the ocean eat and move. In the 3rd unit, students learn how humans and the ocean are interconnected. They explore ways that people use, need, harm, and protect the ocean. We'll take a closer look at each of these units in future screencasts. Throughout this unit, teachers are supported in many different ways. The Teacher's Guide has a great deal of valuable information. In it, you will find resources on how to present the sequence, as well as information that helps you provide support for all students. There are also opportunities for assessments that will help you monitor student progress as you work through the lessons. Included are accommodations and helpful tips for teaching English language learners and special needs students. These tips and accommodations are designed to help increase students' access to the learning. You will also find instructional rationale included in the guide, which provides goals for activities and reasoning behind suggested procedures. There are additional resources that you'll be able to take a closer look at when you have the actual teacher's guides, and we'll be reviewing more of these resources in greater detail in our future podcasts. There are 4 separate books in the Ocean Science Sequence. An introduction book, which explores the key features of the unit in greater detail, and it provides an at-a-glance view of the lessons in the unit, as well as assessments and other supports for teachers. You may be thinking to yourself that this seems like a lot of information, and I don't know if I know enough about ocean to teach this, but don't worry. In the introduction guide, you'll also find the science background knowledge that will allow you to teach without getting a degree in ocean sciences. The other teacher's guides are specific to each unit and provide the details that you'll need to implement successfully. Let's take a closer look at the teacher's guide. It is arranged to be practical for teachers to refer to as they teach. The first left-hand page of each session provides an overview of activities, learning objectives, a time frame for each of the activities, and a list of the unit goals. In the first right-hand page of each session, you'll see a materials list for what will be needed that session, followed by a getting ready section that explains how to prepare the materials, and you'll also find the list of unit vocabulary and other helpful information to guide the lessons. After the opening pages of each session, we'll see pages that look more like this. The left and right side pages, again, convey certain information consistently throughout the unit. On the left-hand pages, you'll find a step-by-step presentation guide for teaching the activities. There'll be reduced student sheets, notebook pages, key concepts and ideas, and illustrations of class charts. On the right, you'll generally find assessment notes, optional additional activities, along with language of science and language vocabulary. Included here, you will also see some language of argumentation prompts. Now let's dive into the units. Unit 1, What Kind of Place is the Ocean?, has students learn that the ocean is the defining feature of our planet. Students explore globes to discover that there is but one large interconnected ocean that covers a majority of the Earth's surface. Students investigate ocean currents and layers through the use and construction of physical models, computer visualizations, and specific scenario-based learning opportunities. They learn that differences in temperature and salinity create layers of moving ocean water. Students learn about the depth of the ocean and discover that it varies greatly, and that in its deepest places, it's taller than the highest mountains on Earth. Through readings, images, and simulations, students explore features of the ocean floor, including trenches, deep sea vents, and underwater mountains. And throughout the unit, students will engage in science and engineering practice with a particular focus on the use of models, scientific explanation, and the role of evidence. And additionally, students will learn how technology helps scientists gather new evidence. On the resource disc found in the back of the unit introduction teacher guide, you'll find color transparencies, color sheets, as well as copy masters and student investigation notebook masters. You'll need to prepare these in advance, so make sure your copies are ready to go when you start the unit. The next is Unit 2, What is Life Like in the Ocean? Here, students learn about the diversity of habitats and organisms in the ocean. Through videos, photographs, and readings, students investigate a variety of ocean habitats, including coral reefs, Arctic waters, and rocky shores. They investigate differences in conditions between habitats to discover that some ocean habitats support more life than others. Through engagement with videos, photographs, informational texts, organism models, and data analysis, students investigate ocean organisms, including plankton. They learn what an adaptation is and about adaptations that ocean organisms have that allow them to survive in specific ocean habitats. Adaptations related to movement and feeding are particular focus. Students build food webs and build an understanding of how different organisms within a habitat can be interconnected. Students also learn about how habitats can be connected by organisms that use different habitats at different stages of their lives. This unit continues to focus on evidence as an important role in scientific explanation. In Unit 3, How are humans and the ocean interconnected? Students learn about the interconnections between people and the ocean. They explore how people use, need, harm, and protect the ocean, and what people can do to solve these problems and protect our precious resource. Students continue to engage in science and engineering practices to further learn about the role of evidence and explanations and scientific arguments, as well as use of models to support their developing learning. Our future screencasts will dive deeper into each of the Ocean Science Sequence units, and we look forward to helping you understand them better. Our final resource to review today is the Boston Public Schools Science Department website. You can find this at www.bpsscience.weebly.com. On this site, you'll find resources such as student learning outcomes and pacing calendars that will help you plan your lessons. Additionally, there are science and literacy resources for close readings in science with text-dependent questions. To support writing in science, there are argumentation prompts that align to each of our units. These and other district resources that will help you plan and implement unit more efficiently and effectively can be found at the BPS Science Weebly by going to bpsscience.weebly.com. For specific details on implementing each of the 3 units, tune back in for our future Ocean Science Sequence unit screencasts. Coming soon. Thanks for listening, and we hope you found this screencast useful. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to explore the website, or you may contact Pam or Holly at the Science Department if you have additional questions. Now go forth and teach science.